Hi guys, this is Danielle Doyle with The Perfect Face and tpfcosmetics.com. Today is kind of a special YouTube tutorial. One of my cousins, actually my husband's cousin, is getting married to a beautiful young woman named Haley. And I very much wanted to do her makeup, and unfortunately it's in New Hampshire, and with a very busy business and 3 little ones, I just can't get up there. But I did want to give her kind of a special treat. I really would love for her to try to do her own makeup, so I'm going to do a tutorial for her and for you guys. So hopefully she can kind of watch that. I made her a little face chart to go by, and we do custom face charts as well, so I'll be sending her that along with the products. She is a beautiful young woman. So this is for her wedding day, and I'm using lavenders and purples to bring out those green eyes, and I hope that she's able to kind of get it from that, and she can do her own makeup with all the goodies we're sending her, and I hope that you guys enjoy it as well. Thanks so much. Okay, let's get started. The first product that I'm using is our Face Canvas Primer. You want to use about a pea-size amount and just put it all over the face. I don't do the eyelids, but do the neck, the face, and then I'm actually using my finger. If I were doing a client, I'd definitely use a brush, but since I'm teaching Haley to do it herself, we're using the P2 Picture Perfect Foundation as an eyeshadow primer, and you'll later see me use it as a highlighter. You want to just use your ring finger. It helps it go on a little bit lighter touch. I'm going to set that with our Cream Puff Loose Powder. And I'm using a fluff brush. And again, I'm using just a patting motion. And everything you'll see today is pretty much just patting the makeup on. And next I'm going to use our Smudge Brush. And it's kind of hard to read, but it's StarDust. This is a shimmer pigment. And I'm actually going to place that in the inside corners of the eyes and right below the brow bone. And I actually did go back a little bit later and put it on the inner corners of the eyes on the lower lash line as well, just to kind of open the eyes up a little bit more. Then I'm going to use Captivating, and I'm sorry some of the words are blurry. I'm trying to do this on a new phone. But I'm going to use our large shadow brush and pat that directly above the iris and the outer corners, and only on the lid. Don't go above the crease. And we're just patting that on. And you can see the lavender's already starting to really bring out the green eyes. The last color I'm going to use in the outer corners and in the crease is called Stone. And I'm going to use our crease brush to apply that. And when you do that, make sure the end of the brush is kind of pointing up. That way you get in the crease, but you also get a little bit above the crease as well. So it just helps it go on a little bit smoother and kind of does the blending for you. But I'm using this color in my crease, but also you'll see me pat it on just the outside corners there just to add a little bit more depth. And then right now I'm blending. So when you see me kind of go down below the camera, I'm actually wiping my brush off onto a paper towel. So every time you see me kind of go away from my face, I'm wiping the brush onto a paper towel, and then I go back to the face with a clean brush to blend it out. I'm blending the crease and the brow bone just a little more. I don't want too much brightness right there below the brow. And the eyes are looking very green. And next I'm going to use Chocolate Mousse Gel Liner and an angled brush. And I'm actually placing this below the top lash line. So it's like kind of where your lashes grow out of. My lighting got crazy here. I'm not sure what happened, but hopefully you guys can see okay. If you turn away from where you're placing the eyeliner, it actually makes it a little bit easier instead of kind of looking into a brush coming at you. But this is going to create a fuller, lusher lash line, but it doesn't make it look like you're wearing a lot of eyeliner. I'm using Espresso Shadow, and I'm going to line the top lids with just an eyeshadow. Now our shadows are 70% pigment, so you couldn't do this with any type of eyeshadow, But because ours are so highly pigmented, they'll go on almost like if you were using a pencil. And I was actually telling a girlfriend tonight, the pencils kind of work against the oils in your skin, so they end up kind of smudging and all of that, whereas the shadow will just grab hold of that moisture and last a little bit longer. So perfect for wedding days. Also, I'm lining a tiny bit on the outer corners, and then you'll see me smudge that out a lot later. A good thing though to know is our gel liner is waterproof, which a lot of them are not, so it's great for a wedding day. So I'm going back with Stone and the Smudge Brush, and I'm really going to smudge out that bottom line. I don't want it to look heavy, just enough to where those eyes are really going to pop in pictures, because on a wedding day you're taking lots and lots of pictures. And I almost use it in the same motion as a pencil eraser. So I'm going back again, this is with the crease brush, and I'm smudging it out even a little bit more. You want that lower lash line especially very soft. And I can see a little bit more blending I need. And I'm not dipping my brush in anything when you see me go below the camera. I'm wiping it onto a paper towel. And then we're going to take a makeup wipe, and my favorite ones are actually from Costco. I think it's their brand, the Kirkland brand. So you want to clean up everything underneath. Then we're using the Y5 Picture Perfect foundation, and this is going to be the all over foundation color. And I'm using a foundation brush. A tiny bit of this goes a very long way. So kind of place it all around the face. And then I'm using our Perfect Blender sponge, and it is wet. You want to soak it. And I'm just kind of patting all of that out. Now Haley, our beautiful bride-to-be, actually has flawless, amazing skin. So she'll probably be done at that point. I actually have a lot of discoloration around my nose and a little bit on my forehead. So I'm going back and adding just a little bit more foundation just to get rid of, you know, any redness or discoloration or little spider veins or anything like that. And you wouldn't have to do that unless you want a little bit more coverage. Then I'm going back to the P2, and that's our Picture Perfect foundation, and I'm using that to highlight underneath the eyes, down the sides of the nose, and on the cheekbone. And again, I'm using my finger because I am teaching this for Haley to just kind of do on her wedding day, and I think the average person is a lot more comfortable using their finger than a lot of brushes that they're not really used to. I'm patting that out, and again, when you see me go down below, I'm wiping my hand onto a paper towel to getting off excess. We're also putting that down the center of the nose for a highlight there, going back with the damp Perfect Blender and just kind of patting that out to blend that out. And you won't see me wipe, it's just a pat. I felt like the under eyes were still a little bit too dark. So again, I'm smudging that out, cleaning the brush off as I go, making sure it's really soft underneath. And then I'm going to set all of our highlighted areas with our Cream Puff Loose Powder. And I'm actually using a foundation brush. Make sure it's clean, but you can really press the powder in well when you use the foundation brush rather than like a big fluffy brush. So it doesn't crease. It's going to stay put through tears for a wedding, all of that good stuff. Anywhere where the P2 highlighting cream is, I'm going to set it with the Cream Puff powder. So now I'm actually going in with our Honey Pot powder and a big powder brush. Make sure it doesn't have too much powder on it. You can see it's evenly distributed, and I'm not really sweeping, but I'm patting. Then I'm going to go in with our Angel Kiss blush. Again, it's called Angel Kiss. It's a little hard to read there. And my blush brush, keeping it really high on the cheekbones. I almost just kind of dot it into the skin and then make sure the brush is clean and I can soften all of those edges. Then I'm going to go in with our medium contour right underneath the cheekbone, and I brush it up a little bit onto the blush just so it looks more natural. Sometimes I think people will kind of create too much of a line and it doesn't look as natural. Then I'll warm up the outside of the face a little bit My hair is super, super frizzy today. Sorry, lots of flyaways. So it looks crazy. Then we're going to go in with Fairytale, and this is a highlighting blush, just keeping it very, very high on the cheekbones, and you can see it just gives that really pretty shimmer. Brides should be all aglow, so we're giving a little bit of glow. And then eyebrows. Eyebrows are so important. Haley's eyebrows are incredible. I'm so sad I'm not there to do them, but we're using Morning Fog to fill them in. And her hair's a little bit lighter, so I think when she does hers, it needs to go on just a little bit light-handed, but the same technique. And then I make a little line at the base of the brow, feather up, then dip again, and then line at the top of the brow, all the way to the arch. And then same thing on the other side, little line on the bottom, feather up, and then I dip again, line across the top of the brow, dip again, and then bring it down to the end. And then always go back and comb them through, and then comb in the direction of the brows. And brows are super, super important. Shu Amora is my favorite eyelash curler. You can get it at shuamora.com, and always curl your lashes. Now, if I were doing Haley's makeup, I put lashes on, I'd say 99.9% of my brides. For simplicity, if she's doing her own, then I would just probably use several coats of mascara. But I do love false lashes. I think they really open up the eyes. And Haley, if you could learn to put on lashes in the next few days, I would recommend that. But if not, just put on lots of mascara, make sure it's waterproof for a wedding day, and I would definitely still use black. I'm actually using CoverGirl, and I think it's actually called Black. And I didn't realize until I started doing YouTube tutorials that I blink on my mascara. So I guess it's a technique that works for me. You know, whatever works for everybody. So I'm going to do 2 different lip colors and let Haley choose, but I want to show you guys both of them. This one's Ruby Slippers. So I know, Haley, I think your colors are kind of like burgundies and wines, I believe so. So if you want to go with a darker lip, this would be the first look. So this one's Ruby Slippers, and then I used Cameo Liner. And if you want more of a nude look, then I'm using Here Kitty, and I'll be sending you both of those so you can decide which one works better for you. And then I'm using, I believe, Sweet Liner with this one. So that's Here Kitty and Sweet. And then it just gives a totally different look. So this is our soft lavender bridal beauty look. Thank you guys so much for watching, and Haley, I hope that you are able to recreate this look for your wedding day. I know you're going to be a gorgeous bride. I'm so sorry I can't be there with you and David, but enjoy every single bit of it. It goes by really fast. And anyone else who was viewing this video, you can check out all of our products at tpfcosmetics.com. Also, don't forget to follow us on Periscope and Instagram and Twitter at The Perfect Face. And also follow our Facebook, or like our Facebook page, Facebook /tpfcosmetics.com. Thanks so much and have a blessed day.